Welcome back to New Day. May is Skin Cancer and Melanoma Awareness Month, and there's good reason to highlight it. According to the CDC, skin cancer is the most common form of cancer in the United States. Prevention and early detection are critical, as the majority of skin cancers can be successfully treated at an early stage. Dr. Young Mike Choi from Swedish Dermatology joins us right now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It seems like an obvious question, but why is this so important to highlight the realities of skin cancer and how do we prevent it?
It's very important because, as you said, skin cancers at large, if detected early, can be very treatable. There's a skin cancer called melanoma, which is the one where if it's found at a later stage has a pretty high mortality rate. But there are other non-melanoma skin cancers as well that are very common, and also, if detected early, are very treatable.
Right, and as I was saying just a moment ago, it is Skin Cancer and Melanoma Awareness Month. What would you like us to be thinking about during this time?
Yeah, I think, in 2016, the United States Preventative Task Force has determined that there's insufficient evidence to generally recommend skin screening for the population.
Oh.
And so that leaves it up to individuals to understand what the risks for skin cancer are, and almost have to seek asking their doctor to check out their skin to look for suspicious lesions. And so in that sense, it's very important for events like this, shows like this, to highlight what are the risk factors for skin cancer so people can be aware.
Since it's the most common form, you would think that there would be a regular screening, but not so much. So we have to take it upon ourselves to think about it and assess our risk.
At this time, yes, based on the evidence that the United States Preventative Task Force has reviewed, there's still more research ongoing. That recommendation may change in the future.
Yeah. I know I've felt this way before. Is there a point of no return with your skin in terms of damage? I grew up in Florida and never wore sunscreen, and I just think about, gosh, are you able to reverse it? Is there anything that you can do?
Yes.
If you've done lots of damage.
I think there's early telltale signs of skin damage that may increase your risk of developing a skin cancer. Things that dermatologists look for. There are these skin lesions called actinic keratoses. Essentially means sun-damaged skin. They're these rough-feeling, kind of scaly spots on the skin, and those can be treated very successfully and actually reduce your risk of developing skin cancer from them in the future. So there's cream treatments and even oral medications for that.
Okay, so we can ask about those. That's something we can do. That makes me feel a lot better. So now, what does a typical skin cancer screening in dermatology look like? What's that experience?
So generally, it would start with something like this, just talking, asking questions, and from that, the dermatologist is really trying to gauge what are the risk factors for this person in terms of skin cancer. Thereafter, for a full body skin examination, the patient will generally be undressed in a gown, and the dermatologist will look head to toe. That generally includes looking throughout the scalp, looking inside your mouth, make sure they're looking at your hands and feet and other areas. After that, if there's any suspicious lesions, a discussion will be made whether a biopsy should be performed, or other methods are taking a photograph and monitoring. And then to wrap up the visit, usually there's some counseling about how much risk that patient has, sunscreen protection, and such.
I'm so glad that you walked us through that, because, maybe you hear this from patients, how often we have something we notice on our skin and we're just like, oh, it's just something, whatever. But the fact that you can have a professional just give you a once-over and take a look at those things is just really important.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So now, what types of services does Providence Swedish Dermatology offer in this space?
Yeah, so right now, the average wait time to see a dermatologist can be from 1 to 3 months.
Wow.
And for others, it's been 6 months from what I've heard. So Swedish has really expanded their dermatology. We have 5 dermatologists now in different regions: Mill Creek, West Seattle, downtown Bellevue, and then I'm at the Renton Landing.
Okay.
So we're mostly, all 5 of us are board certified dermatologists who practice medical dermatology, treating any condition related to the skin, hair, and nails. In the future, we are looking at broadening our scope into some cosmetic dermatology aspects, but I would say our main focus is to provide really good medical dermatology care.
All right, well, it sounds like you're definitely doing a lot of that. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Young Mike Choi.
Thank you for having me.
To learn more or to make an appointment with Providence Swedish Dermatology, visit the website on your screen. Plus, we will have more information on our website. Well, you know, when the Seahawks drumline plays, it means something exciting is happening. When we come back, I'm going to get a mini lesson from someone from Blue Thunder. It is going to get loud and maybe a little bit crazy, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We hope you stay with us.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Swedish.